Okay, so this is something that's been a long time coming. Got myself another car. This isn't going to replace my car as my daily driver, it's just going to be a Sunday driver, you know, weekend car, summer driver, because, well, you'll see why in a sec. Can you guess what it is? It's a MG Midget from 1968. It has an indicated mileage of nearly 31,000, but I'm pretty sure that isn't true. And I'll go through how I got this and as much of its history as I know right now, and any tech specs that I know about it so far. So I've had the car a week as of today. It's the 5th of May today. I went to get it last weekend, Saturday, and it was previously owned by my uncle, and he's had it since 1992, so he's had it for 20 years. But it has been stored for the last 7, nearly 8 years in a garage, not covered though, and very rarely started and driven. Obviously I plan to restore it to as close to original condition as I can afford. I'll go through some of the things that need to be done. It's in, well, I'd say poor condition. It's not terrible. Everything's there. But obviously the first thing you notice is the paintwork. I don't know if you can see that. Most of it is just dust, which we'll clean off, but you can see all these cracks where I believe at some point the bonnet especially has had filler, and obviously the paint's sinking in, and here especially the filler has cracked. And the chrome is still good actually, I reckon. With a bit of treatment that will come out nice. This panel here has quite a large rust problem. Not terrible, I'm sure I can fix that. It bubbles all the way up to about here. You can see along where the bright work here I've got a bit of rusting. There's a piece of bright work missing here. The door's good, but again, paint. A long piece of bright work missing from here, and well, this panel, or this part, it definitely isn't in good condition, but again, it's savable. Yeah, you can see it here. Got lots of spots of rusting underneath the paint, and at the rear of the arch here, the whole thing is rusted. This whole piece here, you can feel it. You probably can't see it on the camera, but you can feel, well, you can actually almost see it. All rusted. The boot is good, but again, paint. This is actually better this side, but bit of a spot there. Starting to go here. You can feel it bubbling. And yeah, and this is starting to go. I think this piece has actually been repaired because there is a massive piece missing where I guess some, from where someone has put some filler in the past. And then the rear bumper, same as the front, not too bad really. Just needs a bit of attention. So all in all, bodywork is solid, apart from, you know, a couple of anomalies here and there which can fairly easily be fixed. Underneath it's pretty much in good condition, bit of surface rust here and there, but there isn't any holes or anything. Starting to rust a bit along here, but savable. Thankfully the old A series engine under there coats it in oil, which gives it a lovely bit of rust proofing. Not entirely sure how all the spotting along the paint has appeared. Mostly on the bonnet and the boot, especially on the boot lid. And tops of the doors, it's almost like it's been left outside and people have thrown stones at it. Okay, so enough of the cosmetics, let's look at a few of the features of the car. Most of the features on the car are still pretty original. Whether they're the actual original parts from time of build, I'm not sure, but it's still got the Lucas lamps where you need to replace the whole lamp unit. All the electronics are still bog standard. It's still got a dynamo, which I'll show you all under the bonnet in a minute. All the electronics, as far as I've checked, still work. So we've got windscreen wipers there, headlights, and the full beam. A few of the dash instrument lights do still work. That's no problem. This is the heater. That's working great. That shuts it. Not entirely sure what this switch does, if anyone can tell me. Behind, it's not actually hooked up to anything. It must have done something before, so if anyone knows, it's on the right side of the dashboard, on the driver's side. I'm not sure also what this light does. It's just above the water and oil pressure gauge. So if anyone can tell me what that one does, it'd be useful. The seats are in perfect condition. I'm not sure whether they're original. And all the carpets are in really good condition. This is a top for the car that covers all the way across here, and you can unzip it. So you just have the driver's side and you can drive with the passenger side covered up, which is useful and quite cool. The hood is in perfect condition, to be honest, just needs a good clean because it's stored in the garage with the hood up, so it's collected all the dust, but there isn't a single hole and it doesn't leak. So as I said earlier, this particular MG has the 1275 A series unit. With the twin SU carbs there. Yeah, the engine runs absolutely perfectly. I got it running for the first time a couple of days ago. So it's the first time in about 2 years because it was started whilst it was in storage. But the carbs do run a bit rich as well, so we're getting quite a bit of smoke and it is burning oil. Now I'm not sure what the cause of that is, because I know that the engine has been rebored sometime in the 80s and it's barely done many miles since then, so it could be valve seals, although I have had a couple of people tell me it's the PCV system possibly blowing oil in, so we'll investigate that. Now there's one main reason why this car won't drive at the moment. It will start, but it won't drive. And that's because, not the gearbox, but the clutch. The slave cylinder has totally gone, as in I can't bleed it, I can't get any fluid down to it or anything. Master cylinder works great, and I've tried many times, but the slave just doesn't work. So I have ordered a new one. I was just going to replace the seals, but it's in such bad condition, I just thought I'd replace the whole unit. You can see the cable there, I've tucked it up underneath. So at the moment, when you push the clutch, it's like it's not connected to anything. So there's a tour of my new MG Midget. If you have any questions or advice you can give me, please let me know. It's all a learning process because I've never really worked on a car this old before. But it's great. So far most of the stuff I've had to work on is pretty easy to fix. And I can't wait to be driving it. I'm hopefully going to get it MOT'd and running for the summer. And once I'm earning a bit more money, I'll get it fully restored. Let's just get it going mechanically first. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is the fuel gauge doesn't work. The gauge itself works fine, I've tested it. So my next step will be obviously to go to the tank unit and test that out. I'm guessing it is the tank unit that's the problem. I'll get it started up for you guys as well next time I'm down here, because at the moment I'm storing it in my friend's garage because I haven't got another place to store it, and that's his parents' car. So next time they're out, pull her out and fire it up for you guys to see. Runs great.